It's already 12 o'clock, Liz. I can't believe it. Happy
Yes,
Tuesday.
Every day 12?
Every day is 12 o'clock.
All right.
Our producer didn't get the memo. We got to work on that.
I barely got the memo. Let's say I got it. It's just,
Well, happy
I'm on Central Standard Time.
happy 12 noon on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon. It is actually really nice out today.
Today and tomorrow, I think, are going to be beautiful days.
I hope
A
so.
little less with the humidity, and I think I'm going to make reservations to have dinner outdoors.
Well, you're
Tonight
channeling
or
your inner Sam champion there. Go ahead. The weather outside.
Why?
Well, no, you said less humid.
Oh, yes, I was giving the weather report there. Yes.
I like it.
No, it's supposed to be nice. So that.
It certainly
My phone just went dead.
is.
Sorry if you're watching my.
Victor, hey, Mike. I don't know who Mike is. Who's Mike?
Is there another mic in the stream?
I don't know. Is there Mike's watching? Hi, everybody. Welcome to Live from Rabs from inside Rabs Country Lanes.
Oh, I think Marchese was on my stream.
Oh, he was saying hold on. I was like, oh, maybe we've got new names. Hi, Mike. And Ann, I'm glad you remembered 12 o'clock, just like everybody else is here with us. Nazareth, episode 103.
103.
And day one, and I believe this is now correct.
It's correct.
Day 120
Did we
of the lockdown.
confirm it with Cuomo? Did we?
Well, his days are off, right? So his number of days starts with the first case. I think that's what we figured out.
Okay.
Remember when we were talking about that?
Yeah.
I think it figured out because did you see the poster he unveiled yesterday?
No, I didn't get to watch it all yesterday.
Cuomo likes the posters. And
Well,
our borough president, Jimmy Otto, does too, in a different
Yes, he
way.
does.
Jimmy would have not done what Cuomo did, but they like posters to tell stories and promotions and campaigns.
well, it's about getting the message out, and
Yes.
if it's too many programs or information, doesn't get passed on to people, and listen, it's a good way. I mean, it's probably short to the point. Gets people's attention, and I can understand that.
The
Communication.
poster yesterday got me a little
Annoyed.
wrapped up. Well, because, and I'm not going to politicize this. I'm just going to say
I'm just gonna.
you should all check it out. It's
Enjoy
about
your own
the last 4 months and the mountain, of course, and how we got up the mountain and how we get down the mountain.
Right.
And, there's a couple of things along the way. And they all say, all of them, keep saying this is not political. And Andy keeps saying that. And at the same time, on the other side of the mountain, our president's sitting on the moon, and he calls him the man in the moon.
Is that what
it was hysterical.
Is that on the post?
It's on the poster. So you have, and so here's the problem.
Yeah.
Where you could send a nice, clear message to people
Correct.
about staying healthy
Bipartisan.
and the work that we've done together, which is his message.
Right.
He totally trashed it.
Well,
And it's a shame.
especially because it's
And that's not the only one.
probably a good positive message, and you're right, and something that politicians, I think to some point they realize it, but maybe they just don't care.
I think they thrive on it too.
Because once you do something like that, you have a message that you could spread to more people, but once you knock a Democrat or once you knock a Republican, they don't even want to engage in that message, whether it's right or it's wrong. They're like, oh, yeah, here we go. Of course, they're using this opportunity to knock. And like I said, it goes both ways. And both parties are 100% guilty of it.
Oh, yeah. And so
it's just divisive and does nothing to move us forward as a country.
And the sad part about
the city,
the sad part about the message and the poster, this got me riled up yesterday because he's using it as a point to celebrate. But we're still not out of this. We still have lots of businesses closed.
Right.
So on the bottom of the mountain, it says phase 4 on a little sign. And it's almost like this big, it doesn't have a question mark, but everything around it basically has that. And so you should be wanting to me, celebrate the fact that we are getting to a
Gotten this
point
far, right?
and we're going to get out of it. And there was no clear picture in sight, which kind of bothered me about the whole thing, especially because, we're a phase 4 business. We're in New York City, which is where we've had a lot of cases and with a hot spot, so to speak.
Right.
And we just haven't, we're not progressing. And so we're progressing because case numbers are good, came
Right.
down, some great positive stuff.
Right.
But here we are, still on lockdown. So it's funny. If everybody should go back. Yesterday's press conference, I mean, there wasn't much there. He talked a little bit. The big thing is the education piece, which they're all
That's a big
fighting
thing.
right now. Yesterday, I shared that the Archdiocese sent out a letter, and at the same time, the Archdiocese wants to open the schools here in New York City, but they're being told by the governor's office, "Well, hold off." They all have to submit plans to the governor's office. So,
And I don't have
and
a
that's
problem
good
with
too.
that. Right.
And then he did say by the week of August 1st, they would assess this. They would make a decision on this, on where schools will be. So,
But isn't that Catholic school plan the same as the public school plan?
it's basically what they've been talking about.
3-2?
The difference is that they've put it in writing and have now shared it. Where the city,
Oh, so they are saying we're
This is
going
what we're-
forward with this.
this is
plan.
what they're doing.
Right. Instead of saying,
This is what we'd like.
Andy, is this
to-
okay?
Right. No, they're saying they want to push through and
Got
go
it.
forward.
Understood.
Because the coronavirus will sleep on the 3
On the
days that the
days
kids
that-
are in school. But whatever. I mean, it is what it is. It's just sad that we're at this point where we've been cooped up for so long. We're locked up, and it started. As the last 2 days, I'm telling you, personally, I am. You can see I didn't do my hair today. I'm getting a haircut finally.
No, I was gonna say something, but
I got a little
it
fro
with the curly
happening here.
look. It's cute.
I'm trying to keep it long on top. I didn't need a haircut. I just, it's disheartening.
And
And that's a big part of it.
as a business owner, seeing businesses open around you, and almost like when you feel like you're stuck somewhere and the world is going on around you and you're stuck in this place where you can't go forward. And not that you're jealous of those that are going forward, but you're like, I want to go forward too, but you can't. So it's frustrating. And I can't even, listen, we opened today for the first time with our first 2 appointments, and Jimmy's got some stuff to keep him busy. But yeah, it's frustrating. We want to, we know that we're paying, Jimmy's going to get paid for coming into work.
Right.
And what's he going to take? It's not going to be
A lot of it's going to, and at this point for him,
financially, just like it's
Right.
hard. You can't be in the place where you need to be profitable.
and Liz did a very nice job in the front of the store. She reorganized everything yesterday, and the front of the store looks great. And then she spent time doing that. And I'm sure Jimmy's going to want to clean up the bench and do his things.
Right.
But to your point, yeah, that can only go so far without it being profitable to make it worth it for people to come into work. But 2 appointments today. Melissa's in the shop now.
Melissa's
She's
in.
extra excited because
She's-
Melissa will finally get to be able. She got the okay to bowl,
Yes.
and sadly she
I'm
can't,
happy
but she
about
got the okay.
that. This is, in a way, maybe this is good for her because she's gonna, I spoke to her about it. She's gonna take it easy to come back anyway.
Yeah.
She's gonna start with rolling the ball on the rug and doing some drills, and
She shared a video of her singing and dancing and throwing the ball at home, which is great. And that it's not just about us. It's also about the people. Listen, we've since episode 1 we've talked about this. The community within this bowling center, to me,
absolutely.
is what makes this a profitable entity. At the same time, to me, to get back up and running is more about the people getting out of the house
Yeah.
and having something to do
Yeah, and
and socialize.
I worry so much, to the point where it's hard for me. I know so many people that I speak to every day here during our normal times, that this is, they look forward to this. This is like their extended family, or this is their only socialization.
Yeah.
And I think about those people at home, and it honestly breaks my heart. And for some people, this is where their exercise and where they keep fit and where they keep moving. And
Melissa just tuned in. Melissa, we were just talking about you while you are getting your services done in the pro shop.
can I borrow the charger?
You
Or
can.
else if you're sorry, but if you can't, you can't.
Yeah, no, we're good. I mean, we'll survive. It's not that important. So yesterday, breaking news. We were talking about the pro shop and the services. There was a post on this page below this video that looks like this with 2 links for you to make your appointments to come visit, either to come and visit or to have the services done without you having to come visit. So Nazareth, which this was an idea that came from the show, Locker Dash.
The Locker Dash. Yeah.
And so you can make an appointment for Jimmy to go to your locker, and you could tell us what you want to do. He'll go to your locker, get your stuff, take care of it.
Whether it's plugging a weight hole, or maybe you need some tape, or whatever you need, we can take care of it. You can choose to come in or choose not to come in. Either way, we want to make sure that when you're ready to come back and when we're ready to start, then you're ready. When you're ready, you're ready.
When
Your
you're ready,
appointment
you're
is ready. Right. When you're ready, you're ready.
Oh, we should ask Amuleto Manichile to tell us that.
Amuleto.
We're gonna tomorrow when Joe Callan's back in the studio.
I can't wait.
He's had a hiatus,
Yeah.
and we're gonna. I think he did see that video, so he laughed. But we're gonna have to get him to do his impression of Amuleto after seeing the video.
Yes.
Speaking of videos, so our friends that have been on this show for the last 100+ days have sent some best wishes, and we want to share that. We've been sharing them with you, and here's one: the infamous author Rob Hart, with a shameless plug, of course.
He is infamous.
Hey everyone, it is Rob Hart, author of The Warehouse, shameless self-promotion. I just wanted to say congratulations to Rabs for the 100th show. Things are tough right now, and they've really done an incredible job sort of keeping the community together and getting people excited and getting talking. And as we're moving into these reopenings, remember the bowling alley is going to open soon, and you should absolutely go. Besides the fact that it's an important part of the Staten Island community, my mom needs a job. So that would be really cool. So everyone out there, stay strong, keep wearing your masks, and thank you, Rabs, for doing this. All right. Bye, everyone.
Terry, we want you to come back to work. Although Terry has volunteered her time, and she's come in a couple of days.
She's been here.
So it's been nice to see her.
Speaking of which, I have to share this.
Please.
Last night I had a dream that
I had a dream.
it was not anywhere near as wonderful as Martin Luther King's dream, but I came in the parking lot door.
Is in the dream.
In the dream, I came.
I don't have the. I'm sorry. I don't have the music or like the overlay to be there.
Yeah. So or the eerie, overlay.
Yeah.
So I walked in the back door, and half the lanes were going.
Oh.
And this was like tomorrow. It was like now. And I walked in, and I was like, did something happen and I don't know about it? And I was immediately riddled with anxiety. And I know why I had this dream, but I went to the desk, and I was like, what is going on here? What are people here in bowling? And
so part of you should have been excited.
It was a really little part of me, because I worry about everything. So they were like, it's no big deal. People came, they wanted to bowl, so we just put them on. And I was like, oh, you can't do that. You can't just put people. We're not open. So the dream ended when I went in I called you, because you weren't here. I called you, and I was like, do you know what's going on here? And then the dream ended. But it's funny because it's a lot of times people dream about what they fear, and as much as I obviously I want the place to be open. I miss everybody. I miss my job. I miss here. I miss the people. I shared with you yesterday in a message that I feel like I'm becoming a recluse because I'm afraid to be around people that I haven't been around in this time. And that obviously stuck in my head. So I definitely am gonna call a psychologist. Maybe I need to speak to somebody.
Right here, this is the therapy session today. We've got the diffuser going. We're having a rough. We had a little rough start today. I'm not having. I have to say my. So this is the therapy session. This is good. We're talking now. Please share your thoughts. We could. What is it? It's like a not Miss Cleo, but what was the other one that like, where you could like write in these days or call in with your with how you're feeling or share your thoughts type thing. Maybe we could open up. We're gonna open up the lines. Call now 1-800. Talk with Naz.
I need to talk to Elia, whatever her name is.
You know, and we're in a position right now that we can kind of laugh about it, but at the same time, it's not healthy, and there are people in our community that are. If you thought before when all of this started,
if people were on the borderline before, you could imagine how this has raised their anxiety level. I mean, it's a little scary. And
mental health. I mean, it's a real issue, and I'm really concerned not only for myself, but for others, and that haven't gotten out or have gone out. I have friends that drive around town, literally get in their car and drive around.
At the beginning, that was one of the things I said. You know what? If this progresses much past where it is now, then you know what? We'll just get in the car and we'll just drive.
And this is supposed to be positive, and we're being positive, but it's true.
We're being real.
We're
keeping it real. And there are
true.
issues to deal with in the time that we're dealing with right now. And some people are home, and whether maybe they're taking care of somebody or they have special needs kids that they're home with, and I know that Joanne said she opened her schools back up, I believe.
Even too.
Yes.
Yeah, they're providing some in-person
and,
services to schools. Two pills a day helps.
I have my 2 pills, my mom and my husband. Those are my 2 pills.
My vitamin dosage has gone from 5 to 7 to 9.
Well, I will tell you that nutritional supplements have been very helpful.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't, I don't really take prescription medicines, but I work really closely with my nutritionist, and there are definitely things you can take. And by all means, talk to your doctor about CBD oil, because it is great at taking that edge off anxiety. And there are things that we can do without doing prescription drugs and I'm not. I know you said it as a joke, possibly.
You know Patricia very well. Probably a joke.
But
well, maybe not.
But right. There are things we can do, and you know what? In a way, it's good. Things are starting to get back.
1 a.m. and 1 at night.
To I don't want to say normal, because I don't even know what normal is anymore. It's so weird to watch TV and just see an older show, whether it's a show where people are in the audience and you're like, oh, that's definitely taped. Or, seeing a show where people hug or people are close to each other, that you're like, the whole world has changed in a matter of 3 months. And actually that's in a matter of 2 months, a month. And
we're gonna open up a CBD oil. You know what? We're closed. We got to do something. We're gonna start selling CBD oil diffusers and whatever else we can. Maybe some brownies on the street here, right on Delaware Avenue. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's be clear.
And hot dogs. We'll sell hot dogs.
We'll have hot dogs there.
Remember Marco was talking about putting a hot dog cart out. So we'll sell hot dogs, pizza, CBD oil, brownies, whatever Mike gets
Yeah,
into
let's
the
be
day.
clear. There's a clear distinction between CBD oil and the type of brownies that you're talking about.
I said brownies. I didn't say what kind of brownies. I just said brownies. You want to take that to something else, then by all means, go for it.
Oh gosh.
Michael
Anyway,
makes very good brownies.
that's exactly what I'm talking about, and that has nothing to do with CBD oil.
Oh, that's so funny. You know what? It's and if you do know someone that is, whether it be anxiety or just being lonely,
This is a scary time for a lot of people.
pick up the phone, please. We've been saying it again since day one. You haven't heard from someone, pick up the phone, reach out. It can't hurt.
5-minute conversation.
Yeah, the simple joys in life to bring for someone goes a long way. Speaking of not hearing from someone for a long time, we're playing phone tag. We talked about him on the show. Donnie Walters, I got to speak with him on the phone.
Finally.
And he's another one. He told me he's driving around town to keep himself
It's
busy.
a distraction.
He's healthy, everything's
good.
okay.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
He was just excited to talk. And he was telling me how he pops in. So I don't know if he's popped in now, but Donnie, it was certainly nice to hear from you and talk about all the wonderful things. And he's honored that he's being recognized by the Staten USBC.
And that's well deserved.
For his service to bowling. And he was talking about the senior men and missing the guys, and he was asking me about everybody. And I said, listen, I've heard from this person, this person. It's just nice to hear from someone who comes around often.
Yes.
And it was just nice.
And Donnie's one of those, he's just one of those guys. Gets along with everybody. He's just a great guy.
He really is. And stories for days. And I told him
Stories for
when we get
days.
back in action,
He needs to write a book.
He does. I did tell him that he'll be a co-host when we get back in action. I told him, and he started rattling off ideas. I said, say them.
Write them
We
down.
want to have you on the lane for this. Speaking of simple joys, and it's funny. I love this. I'm a card person.
Yes, I love this.
Handwritten notes. And so if you watched last week, we had a Friday. Verity Crawley was on our show, and she's amazing. All of the above. And we got this little segue. We every day we get the mail. We're excited to get mail.
Although you would think that we were like kids in camp.
Yeah,
the mail
just to get mail.
comes.
Well, we're looking for checks. I mean, and the checks have run dry. We don't get checks anymore.
Yeah.
You got one this week.
Yeah,
but that was
and I
it.
think that is the last of them.
Right.
For a while.
We got a couple in the mail. Like people went back to work and wrote checks. So we get mail, and we're talking about junk mail and all these different things. And one of these envelopes had no return address, and we're looking at it, and I was like, okay. So
And it was addressed to both of us, and we were like, "What is that?"
Ooh. It wasn't a check. It was a very nice card,
Yes.
picture, and a thank you card from Verity. Thank you for having me on your show, and for loving bowling with me. Signed, Verity. And I have to say, she did the same thing when she was here after the USA Bowling Tournament. She sent me a photo. It's hanging in the office. Mr. President, it was great to see you. At the time, I was president of USBC, and she's a class act. So Verity is with us on set.
So you know what's
How
really
nice is that?
cool about that?
103 episodes. We got one thank you card.
What's really nice about that is, that is a lost art.
It is.
And it's something that I used to do a long time ago. And during this time, pandemic time, when we have all this extra time, it's so weird that a week ago I ordered some stationery.
Ooh.
And I said, you know what? I'm just gonna go back to writing a little note. Because this is the way I think about it is that how excited were we when we got that? How long do you think that took her to do?
2 minutes. Not even.
2 minutes.
Not even.
2 minutes and not even 50 cents or whatever postage is right now.
Oh no, it's over 50 cents.
Right,
I mean,
right.
the whole thing probably costs $1.
Let's just say $1. But to have that thought and now look at what she created by doing this, created a wonderful memory an invitation back, which we would have invited her back anyway.
Of course.
But it's an open door to me.
Hashtag simple joys. I'm a firm believer in
I
that.
love that.
Making
love
memories, simple joys, and that was a simple joy. And so thank you very much for doing that.
Charity.
I do write a lot of personal notes. I still do. I have stationery. I buy cards all the time.
Right.
I have fun buying cards. I mean, and so that's the old soul in me. I recently bought some calligraphy markers, the new ones that fit in the thick.
Oh.
And we were talking about YouTube yesterday, David, whatever. I've been watching.
YouTube.
I've been watching it, and on TikTok there's a bunch of them, but I've been watching too. And I know calligraphy, but I've gotten away from it.
Right.
I haven't done it in a long
Yeah,
time.
me too.
So I started to, so now with my notes,
You can make some extra money by doing wedding invitation. I'm just saying.
I did.
I'll
never forget. 16 years old, 17, whatever it was. Dana Christensen, her sweet 16, she was sending out invitations to hang out at her house, and she says to me, "You're gonna write my invitations." I looked at her, I said, "What?" She goes, "You're gonna write my invitations. My handwriting is terrible, and so is my mom's." I sat there and wrote out all the invitations for Barney because she liked my handwriting. I was like, "Oh, yeah. I should be getting paid to do this." You have really exceptional handwriting. You don't like to.
I can't script.
Right, but you print.
I definitely print. But and it's weird because it's only because I'm so critical of what my writing looks like, and when I write in script, it's like, oh no, there's too much will be there. Yeah. And to me, it's just easier.
Well, in script too, but your print is very. It's it's funny because I think my script is better than my.
No, I like your script.
But my print becomes script.
Right.
That's the other thing. Like I start to I do both, so it's like a mixture. And then I did you really write that? Yes.
Yeah, I know people have said that.
I used to, and so I did get. Okay, it doesn't matter now. I'm 33 years old. This is whatever how many years ago. I used to get paid by my friends to write letters from the parents to the teacher, or to sign tests.
Frank, you see, you never should ever admit those things.
Oh, why not? I mean, it was an enterprise. It was a young entrepreneur. I'll never forget it. I was sitting there at lunch, and one of my friends was distraught. We had this really hard test and conversation. I can't bring this home. They want me to sign this. I'm like, I don't think my parents rarely sign things to begin with, and I wasn't the best student either. But never, I've had some, but whatever. So I would initial and sign them, no big deal. But they didn't even look. And most of the time, you have to have it. You sign and bring it in. Sadly, this one situation, he was so upset. I said, "All right, I'll sign it for you." "No, you have something else that Mom signed." "Yeah, happened to have a permission slip."
See, I have to say that. I have to say,
and that was $10
seen you
right
do
there.
that, not for a test, but I've seen you copy a signature. I'm totally legal, but and I'm like, how can you do that? I just get because you have to just write it. When I try to copy a signature, I'm like,
well, because it's just you. I mean, we're both very meticulous, but you just have to go do it.
You're right. You just have to do it.
It's funny because my mother, Anthony, and I. Similar handwriting, and we could actually all probably forge each other's signatures. They can't forge my signature. It's just funny. I mean,
yours is
but
different.
Tommy's got the most awful handwriting in the world. It doesn't really matter, but it's awful. It's like a little child.
I said he was copying a
Oh, I was forging as a teenager, yes, and as a federal crime, who gives a crap about forging a parent's signature for a test score, just to make the kid feel good. I mean, who cares? But anyway. But handwritten note. Back to the handwritten notes thing.
Yes.
I think it means so much when you receive that note. And I keep. Okay, so now we keep things. You and I are very similar when it comes to certain things. If I haven't looked for it, it goes in the trash. But there are certain things. I have a stack on my desk of notes that usually. They go on the back of my corkboard. I've taken everything down recently because I'm cleaning, and I've got the stack like this of notes. And I even have a box at home of notes.
Yeah.
But they're more notes that had meaning to me at one point. Not saying that notes don't have a meaning, but they meant something special.
Specific.
So I would tell you most of the time I've kept them all.
Yeah.
And so you send me a handwritten note, I probably still have it somewhere.
Yeah.
I think it's
There's no reason.
nice.
Most of us have lots of time.
Right now, you'll have tons of time.
So,
I have to.
and it only really takes a moment. And even if you did, wow, we're really revealing this more. We're really getting into it. I started just try to be more mindful of my time. And I used to wake up in the morning. Now we get up pretty early. But like I would get up in the morning. First thing I would do is check my phone. And
No, that thing.
and I obviously on the TikTok I learned that the first 20 minutes after you wake up, your brain is moving from delta waves to some other kind of wave. I probably have that wrong. But that first 20 minutes after you wake up, you should try to avoid news or your phone or anything that could bring negativity.
To make you grumpy?
Yeah, to make you grumpy or even more bring you more
Anxious.
anxiety. So I lay in bed and I try to make a little mental list of naming 10 things that I'm thankful for, and just try to avoid the phone right away.
It's so easy to pick up the phone and then have the light in your face.
I can't,
and see what's going on today.
It's just so much of a habit. And there's no, and you know what? Hasn't changed my life at all. I wait half an hour before I even check my phone. And it wasn't like, oh, I missed something, that I needed to know at like 5:30 in the morning.
Right.
Well,
you're up early, especially these days.
Yes. Well,
Ray gets you up early, right?
he's up at 5 o'clock.
I'm the same way, and I learned that quite some time ago. You don't pick up the phone, and I will say, only recently do I now completely turn the TV off at night. So I used to just lower the volume and go to bed, and then when Verizon had the logo bouncing around the screen, it wasn't so bad. Now it's no longer the logo; it's commercial. It's just a photo of the upcoming movies or stuff that's now available on, and it's bright as.
Yeah.
So now I've gotten because you wind up waking in the middle of the night.
I'm going to tell you what
to that distraction, which is not good. Like
it's not.
You shouldn't have any distraction when you're sleeping.
Because it's flashing because it changes.
Yeah. So now I've turned the TV off at night, specifically because of that. Where before, like the logo bouncing, probably I didn't catch my eye.
Who's this? Roku has a fish tank.
Oh.
It's like a big fish tank that when the
times a screensaver.
when you're not as a screensaver.
Oh.
So I mean, because it's because Ray is a lot of times up and down, so we can't get the TV out of the bedroom or the TV off at night. So I just have it timed so that after when I know he's going to be asleep, that's the fish tank.
Well, the fish tank's good. I love watching.
And it's nice. It's got some nice calming music, and
See, I wouldn't sleep. You sleep through that?
yeah, it's very low because I can barely even hear it.
I used to Tommy and I both had 75-gallon fish tanks, saltwater fish tanks in our room as teenagers. And I will tell you, I used to love waking up and turning and watching the fish, even without the light, just watching. And I mean, it's so relaxing. He now has one in the house, and the kids love it. But it's something that even when I'm sitting there, I love to watch it. Just watch the. I mean, it's relaxing.
It is relaxing.
There's no music. I mean, I could put little AirPods in and listen to some calming music as I watch the fish. But maybe so Naz, we could even set that up. Make this the calming station. A little fish tank here.
Tell Tommy to bring his fish tank.
Just bring it.
Just bring it. Just put it on wheels and bring it in.
Take it.
Or tell him that he can bring. We'll have one here. We could just have it on set until we open.
Naz, I don't. One of the things, if you ever watch Tanked, where they make the fish tanks.
Oh yeah, those people are crazy.
I mean, I can't tell you how many times.
Is that still on? Because I haven't seen it.
They're repeats. I don't think they're new, but they're repeats. I can't tell you how many times I thought we could get a big fish tank. Hey,
where's the lights?
The lights are off.
Hi, Jimmy.
Are you on air?
We are on air, Jim. Welcome back to work today.
Welcome back.
We missed you yesterday. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Jimmy's son got hitched yesterday.
Congratulations.
He's got officially a new daughter-in-law.
Out of the nest.
Out of the nest. And there's the grandchild visiting.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
here. He's here. Yeah.
Oh, is that why you came to work today?
No, he's down. They're down the shore today.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
We weren't sure if we were going to see
Sent
Jimmy
down the
today,
shore last night.
if he was going to get guilted to staying home or going out with the
Tomorrow.
grandchild.
I got to go to the doctor tomorrow, and then probably have to. It's my daughter's birthday tomorrow too.
Oh, happy
Oh,
birthday.
so you're getting it all in.
Get it all in this week.
Getting it all in.
Jimmy's got everything happening. That's good. Get it all done. That way Rita's busy.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
You know how it is.
Yeah.
You got lights out in your shop?
Yes, in the back. In the back.
All right.
Today's real world problem. Some lights are out in the back of the pro shop.
Yeah.
Naz, I have to say, so yesterday, I came in through the pro shop door, and I mean, there's always something happening back there. It doesn't matter, especially now because Greta's here, Ray is here, Liz is here, Naz is
Yeah,
here,
it's a
now
lot.
Jimmy's here.
Too many people.
Just-
Keep quarantined for 2 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, Jimmy might not be allowed to sleep in his own bed tonight. But Nazareth, not only was she doing some embroidery work, while the machine is running, she's then finishing and going to the bathroom to do tile work in the bathroom, which looked, the new floor and the vanity in the bathroom look really nice back there.
It's not really tile work. It's
Flooring, whatever the hell it is.
It's that flooring is super thick.
It's the,
I tell you, I was inspired by
it's a
how
floating
simple
floor.
it was.
It's a floating
It's
floor.
a
where
floating floor. I
you
put it right
lock
on
it in.
top of the tile, and it's. I might do my bathroom at home.
It looks really nice.
It was.
So you
I
should
mean,
come. I should take a picture and show you the bathroom with the Nazareth's beautiful work.
Well, what
She
after
did
it,
embroidery. She did flooring. She had therapy sessions with her mom, and then they were checking every time. She's doing the work. They're watching her and checking the work. And poor Nazareth. I mean, it's been fun to watch, at least from the outside.
yeah, from the outside,
Liz was up in the front, away from everybody yesterday. So it's
things are
we're
moving
getting there.
along. But I honestly, I know this sounds crazy, but I like doing home improvement type stuff. So I think that maybe in a different life, if things were different, I probably would have been in some kind of construction.
well, I mean, because
I
you also grew up
enjoy the
around.
building and making.
Your father being in the glass business, I mean, you were around
Yeah.
some of that. So, I mean, it's certainly different. And that's where creativity comes from.
I'm not creative. I'm good at copying.
You're very creative.
I'm good at copying. I'm not
You're
good
very
at
creative.
coming up with an idea.
That's
know who is-
BS.
You know who
That is
I
not
think is
true.
creative, and I tell her this all the time, is your mom. Is that people who are creative, I believe, have vision. They can look at an empty space and see a vision of what that could look like. To me, that's talent. So somebody who's a decorator who can
Yeah, if anybody's hiring
go.
and you need a decorator, my mom is available.
She's
She's not cheap,
so good.
but a bottle of wine goes a long way, and just some time.
But
She's very good at it.
I'm not
She is.
joking.
She really is.
and you know what I love about her is that she has a really, really good eye, and she has champagne taste, which is good, but she's always good at saying, well, this is the look you want. Well, you don't have to spend that.
Oh no,
You can get this look for over here, and look, you can get that.
it's the same
on
thing.
sale. And I am telling you,
You know, it's funny that you say that.
Amazing talent.
I love when people see homes or rooms and they go, "Wow, that's expensive." And then if you take the time to look around,
Absolutely.
Home Goods, Pier 1,
my
you
favorite.
don't. If you
Pier
see
1
it,
is-
don't always buy it. Now, Home Goods is different because if you don't buy it
Buy
when
it
you
then,
see it, you're
yes.
never going to find it again.
Never.
But if you see it in the magazine like Front Gate or Restoration Hardware, you're apt to spend a few more bucks. And it's depending on if you're looking for
Depends on
accoutrements, a bowl for a room. I mean, there's no reason to spend $500 or $100 on the bowl.
I love Home Goods.
Go
That's
look. And that's exact to your point. I mean, there are ways to do it. You don't have to spend it right away. Wait, go look and see and find those elements that make the room what it is.
Yeah.
She is very good at that.
She is.
I've learned from her.
I'm
too.
and to just know the balance of what the room needs to look. I just
Again, if anybody's hiring a designer,
that's
she's
not why I
available.
brought it up. I mean, we kind of morphed into that, and I've always I've been super jealous and admired your mom over that because she is.
I love when friends are doing work and they give her a buzz and she's like, and then she takes over. It's like, wait, just offer, Oh, and then she's on the computer. Oh, I'll find this for you.
You know how many things she sent me? I'll just ask her like one simple question. So I have this little corner, and she'll put picture. I'm like, okay. Well, right.
And I say that also at the same time. You also get what you pay for at times. So now I'll use, and now that Wayfair is out there, I mean, there are so many. So remember the umbrella that I broke?
You're broken.
Well,
umbrella.
guess what? The second one's not broken.
I'm going to tell you something funny.
The wind took it.
Yep. My umbrella broke in the windstorm, and I was looking for an umbrella, and I looked in Wayfair, and I was like, "That's really cheap for an umbrella. How good could that be?"
So whatever it was, wasn't worth it. I mean, it might have broken. Not the way. It's actually the way that they broke.
Right.
I mean, they're not made well at all. They're very thin.
Right.
Like I picked it up when I took it off the floor and then threw it in the dumpster. I was like, "What is this?"
Right.
Like, there's no reason that it should have broke the way it broke.
Yeah.
So you get what you pay for. So, and we didn't want to spend a lot of money on them. There's
Right.
no reason.
Right. And
But now that's wasted money. The first one I got refunded. The second one, I mean, at this point, am I really going to get it refunded? I've had it long enough. I mean, there's nothing they're going to do. So now I got to look for umbrellas again. But yeah, see, something you have to know what you're buying. You have to look at what you're buying. When we were at Besso, he's got these beautiful umbrellas. Actually, he had them at Blue also. So Jeff was telling us, "Oh, Julian drove around town, drove everywhere to pick up these umbrellas." I said, "Well, what do you mean?" He goes, "Well, he didn't get enough, so he went to this one, that one." He drove from Jersey. So when we saw Julian, I said, "Where'd you get these umbrellas from?" He goes, "Everywhere." I said, "Okay." Lowe's, Staten Island, New Jersey. Like, he drove everywhere to get the same stuff, and they're made nice. They weren't overly expensive.
Right.
He made the investment. They have lights in them, but they're made nice. So I said, "Well, now I got to go to Lowe's and check out these umbrellas because they were perfect for at least for our yard for the two tables."
Right.
Anyway,
Anyway.
so we've been sharing memes of the day, and today's meme is a little just. I don't think it's not necessarily funny, but it's true. It's great. And so Naz and I do this just about all the time.
The Superman.
Naz baby.
Yeah, and
Excuse me. That one in the middle shop, is that the one or the one in the back shop?
pardon the interruption. So the meme says that what people think about you is not important. What you think about yourself
Oh my gosh.
means everything.
Everything. I cannot tell you.
And that's so true. So today, instead of a meme, it's words of wisdom from Frank and Naz. But we do we talk all the time. Like before the show starts, we do the Grey's Anatomy, Dr.
Superman
Shepard,
pose, yeah.
Superman pose.
And that's from Matilda too.
Matilda. Yes, Matilda.
Yeah. Yeah, you know,
Words of wisdom. That's today's meme of the day.
that is very important, and it's hard, you know, especially in this world of social media, not to get caught up with, you know, or people posting about their personal lives and how, you know, there's this pressure to measure up to a certain way, and you know, I feel for teenagers growing up now because. Listen, I felt it was tough when I was a teenager. Now it's multiplied by 1 million.
It's different.
It's different, but it's hard. It is hard. You know, I just...
you see it with your granddaughter. I mean, you see it with her. I mean, she's different. But at the same time, you see it with all these kids that
she's
come
different,
through.
all right.
I didn't mean that way. I mean, she is very different. But at the same time, I feel like she's not one to. She's very quiet, but I feel like she doesn't feel like to be pressured type kid. But I'm sure she feels it in different ways. I don't see her like someone like a young lady that you're kind of describing or talking about. I kind of see she's a little bit stronger to an extent.
You never know. You don't know.
It's true.
You always think that about kids, and then you know something knocks their feet out from underneath them, and well, you know what I
the
do
ability
say,
of not the K-pop concert getting canceled.
Yes, well, K-pop is very important, and you know the fact that you know if this kid doesn't get to go to Japan or Korea sometime in her life,
Well, then that's a good.
she's gonna be very disappointed.
That's why Jimmy has to work. That's why Nance has to work 2 jobs, and Jimmy's got to work, so that way we can afford to send her to Asia. I'll take her. I will go with her. I will take her. We're talking good about your niece. Shut up.
We're talking about taking her to Korea. K-pop.
She could truly experience the K-pop
She is all into
in
it.
person. So I had a little bit of a rough morning, so it didn't help. I stopped at the bank today, and so the bank experience keeps changing. So I don't know if the girls are watching. They tune in and they were asking, "Oh my, are you still doing the show?" I said, "Yeah." And I said, after I left, I sent them a text. I said, "By the way, you got a preview of whatever could happen today on today's show." But we were talking about the things that we've talked about the last week,
Right.
not being able to open and HVAC, all those things, and it's just like, and so I haven't seen them. That what they were doing at least at Northfield, they were working in groups. So Group A would work for a week, 2 weeks maybe, and then Group B would come, or a week. I don't know if it's 2 weeks at a time or 1 week. So you didn't see everybody all together. Now they're starting to mix,
come back,
and so now they have the sneeze guards and lines on the floor. I mean, they did a nice job. I mean, they're still not letting everybody in the bank. There's still the window, and then customers that do come in a couple at a time inside versus the regular what you used to. It's not the same experience, but I mean, they're getting there slowly but surely. They're getting to a point where they can get to be comfortable. So we were talking about that experience, and you could do one thing and you can't do another. And we're trying to
How does it make sense?
But I sat there and we could have done the show from there this morning because their perspective is, being in that business is really no different than us when you're dealing with the public and people. They have the same people in the bank every day for the same silly reasons or same thing. We see people, so it's funny that we share war stories sometimes.
Right.
But a lot of their customers are our customers. They're the same thing.
Right. Yeah. Well, it's a neighborhood place.
I was there today and saw two of our bowlers. It's just. I
just do the drive-through. I don't have to go into the bank or anything.
Well, I only go in. I only stop to say hello or if I need something. But other than, I have been using the drive-through.
Yeah. And then we did open an account and we did it sitting in the car.
Bizarro.
And they come out with the clipboard and sign this and sign this. Okay, I'll be right back and sign this and sign this and sign this deposit slip. And it was a little different, like I said. Who knows what normal is anymore? But listen, the account is open, and
that's all that matters.
That's it. Still move forward.
That's all that matters.
Jimmy Fallon is back.
I didn't see
the
that.
studio.
Oh, good for him. I did see.
A little strange, a little funny,
but no audience.
No audience.
Yeah,
the Roots were there.
Yeah. Did they have masks on?
I can't remember. I only really caught it very. No, I don't think that.
Ken Rosato is on Channel 7 News.
Right.
Is a friend of ours. We saw him the other night. He was talking about their experiences, and so what they're talking about getting back into the studio, where they've all been working from home, and in some cases, I mean, when you watch,
is anybody in the studio?
Not right now. Very few.
Okay.
Very few.
I know today's show, Channel 4. Well, he's
news, so he's 4:30 in the morning, and then he comes back in this cut-ins.
Yes.
He's been working from home. He's got this nice little studio in his house,
and
he's got this big TV screen with the background. I mean, if you watch Ken, you wouldn't know him and Laura. You wouldn't know that they're not in the studio.
Yep.
They've done a good job at that. But some of them, I mean, you can blatantly tell. Like on CNN
especially
and Fox,
at the beginning,
specifically, the two of them on the two news networks. There's a couple of them that if they have a one-man show, you could tell that they're in the studio.
Right.
But then you can also see like the five, like they're not in the studio, and then even at CNN, like Don Lemon was working from home.
Your favorite.
But I'm just for an example, some of them are working in studio. So his point was getting back to working.
Right.
If you've ever been to a taping of a TV show or news,
it's a tight space.
Tight space, yeah. And there's a lot of people. I was laughing and I said, there's 3 people on the one boom mic. And then there's like 15 people just operating the cameras.
In
and
a small
so
space.
Now they're trying to cut that back and make it where you can have less people in the studio. And then also for the people at the desk. And he says it's a little odd. You sit at the desk and every time somebody comes over to do makeup or touch up, mask on. And, it's going to be a challenge for them because they're in tight quarters and they're always together. And then they're hanging out in the studios.
People, obviously, if you haven't been, but the studios look big.
No, yeah.
But when you actually see them, they're probably as small as the space that we're in right now.
Yeah, my favorite one.
Not all that. I mean, this little space.
I had the opportunity to go on Fox and Friends a couple years ago, and we built a short bowling lane in the studio. And if you looked we had 4 of us, myself, and the crew. It was just like this small space, and it's the same exact space as the 5, as Greg Gutfeld's show.
Right.
And I looked behind, and I was basically sitting on Greg's desk.
Right.
And it's this. I'm telling you that the size of the whole space where they do 3 different shows is the size of this party room.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not bigger than that, and you could see it from the street.
Right.
So, which is the cool part. Which, if you're ever going down the plaza there, you can peek in.
Yes.
But yeah, they are really tiny spaces.
Yeah.
Porn stars in Vegas, the store.
PAWN.
Not porn. That store, they film from the street.
Yeah, it's crazy.
If you've ever been there and seen how they film, and I couldn't believe it when I saw pictures, but I was like, no, that can't be true. They film from the street through the window.
Through the window. Yeah. It's a little craziness.
TV is a very magical, mystical place.
It is magical, mystical.
But you know what? It's been nice to have that little breakaway. We've been back to Schitt's Creek, and
that show
it makes you laugh.
Just so funny.
I would love to sit them and see there and watch this group together.
Work. Just create. Absolutely.
Catherine O'Hara, I'm telling you, she was nominated for the Emmy. She didn't win it, and I didn't know then, but now I know. I mean, I can't believe that she didn't. She's hysterical. Doesn't crack. Like, I don't understand.
No.
The others crack, and it's funny.
Yeah.
But it works because it's the family. What I don't always get about TV and comedy, if you're having a funny moment, I mean, it's supposed to be a funny moment, and you're supposed to laugh or crack, and they try not to, because then it looks like it's they're cracking.
Right.
On this show, they do a really good job between the kids. They're the ones that crack the most, and Eugene Levy too. But she doesn't crack ever.
Super, super. I mean, I've been.
She plays this cuckoo character.
Following her since she was on SCTV, which is eons ago, and that show was. I at the time thought that show was funnier than Saturday Night Live.
I went back and watched it.
It's super, super funny. And but her and Eugene Levy were both on that show, among other people. I think John Candy started on that show, and a bunch of other people that eventually moved on to Saturday Night Live. But she is good. And
she plays this quirk. She does it so well. It's almost like I want to believe that's her in real life.
Yes.
And the kids definitely, there's no way that they're not like that in real life. I mean, there's just no way. I mean, they're just, it's hysterical.
Yeah, it's a great show.
It's nice to get nice to have that little break. Naz, I haven't watched Hamilton yet. That was supposed to be last night. So last night, it got all disturbed. Please. So we need to have that premiere party to watch Hamilton. I'm excited to actually finally get to watch it. But that was supposed to happen last night. That didn't happen last night. So we wound up just needing some comedy. And then Little Fires Everywhere.
That show is great. That's not a comedy.
That's not a comedy. So you need the break. So you need the
you got to mix it up.
So I have to get back to watching that, because that is
that was good. It's done for now. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe something. Okay.
No. I never watched it. We're just watching season 1
good.
now.
It's good.
Anyway, speaking of breaks from reality, Bingo returns now.
It does. I was excited.
We're bringing Bingo back Sunday night.
I was a little confused Sunday.
You were. You weren't the only one. I got messages on Friday saying, I didn't get my bingo cards yet for Bingo Friday. No, Bingo's going to be next Sunday.
I knew it was Sunday, but I thought it was last Sunday.
It's all right. So upcoming Sunday, join us for Bingo. If you haven't joined us for Bingo, sinorthshorerotary.org/bingo. Join us for a fun night. It's Sunday night. We've been doing Fridays. Now that people out and about, going to restaurants, enjoying their Friday nights, we're bringing your family some entertainment on Sundays.
Yeah.
So come and join us. Support the efforts of our...
my stuff is paid for and everything already.
You are. You're ready to roll. You didn't get your cards yet, but you're ready to rock.
I won't be running around printing out bingo cards at 20 to 7.
Yeah. That's usually what happens. No different than us getting ready for the live show.
Yeah,
And then this week, the rest of the week here on Live from Rabs, tomorrow,
exciting.
there's your little bobblehead in front of you. Just be careful.
There he is.
Tomorrow's guests, Sean Rash,
Sean
PBA
Rash.
champion, future Hall of Famer, I'm sure. He's going to be on the show. Joe Cal is back in the studio. We're going to talk to Sean about bowling, his career, and then he made his way.
He's got some new exciting stuff going on.
Ronnie, Apple Plus, the 3 Emmy Award. Yes, the morning show. I haven't watched it yet.
I told you, Frank.
You didn't. And
The
I did
morning
see
show
that.
was
And
great.
truth be told, I caught the preview, and so I actually got to check that out. But yeah, definitely. So the point I was making with Emmy, with Catherine getting snubbed for an Emmy, because of all the streaming services, there is so much more content
Oh.
and the competition. So
I'm gonna watch the other two though. Defending Jacob and Truth Be Told.
I gotta check it
What is? I don't know what Truth Be Told is, but
It's-
I've seen the promo for.
Yeah, there's a couple.
Defending
We have
Jacob.
we now have them all. So everybody pays for something different, and
Oh,
we
that's
share
good.
out.
That's
We
fair.
share our passwords.
Yeah.
It's the only way that it works because
Yeah.
every month
The
you
bill
pay
comes in if you have 5 streaming services. Right.
the last 2 months though. Amex did a rebate. So Amex on the one Amex I have, they offered a streaming a COVID streaming service rebate, and so they refunded the monthly service fee.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, for one
Fancy,
of
huh?
your streaming services. I was like, oh, thank you very much.
Thank you. I'll
Uh,
take that $7.
So I digress. So tomorrow, Sean Rash,
Yes.
Joe Cal. Thursday, we're back on the road. We haven't picked a place yet. We got to pick a place. Thursday, we're on the road with Pam Silvestri.
Pick a place with good Wi-Fi.
Yes. Oh, we were doing so good.
We were.
And then boom. So Thursday, Pam's Festi, we're going to talk more food. Community on Friday with the JCC. And then before you know it, the beautiful weekend will be here. And we'll have another week here on Live from Rabs.
Yep.
This has been fun.
Yes, it has.
How fun. It's been really fun. So fun. We're just going to keep doing it until we get it.
Until they tell us that we can't because we have to open and the lanes are going to be full.
We want that to happen.
We want it.
We want that to
Even
happen.
though my anxiety kicked in.
Oh.
But yes, we wanted to do it at when we're supposed to.
Yeah. Well, in the meantime, be like Harry
That's it. Wear that mask, Harry.
and wash your hands. Don't touch your. Well, you can touch your face. Just wash your hands first.
Touch your face.
Don't touch things and then touch your face.
Yeah, well, if you just don't touch your face, just end us.
I
happened? Oh, you
prematurely
played
clicked.
Oh, okay then.
I only stopped because I thought that was fun.
So smash the like button. Also, I learned a new thing
Oh.
on the YouTube.
On the YouTube.
Click the little bell so that you get notifications when we go live.
Yes, but we also want you to follow us.
Yes, well, that
You have
all,
to follow and click the bell.
all goes together.
Yes, we want the notification
Yes.
that Frank and
So
Naz are
click
live
the
from inside
follow
Rabs.
and the little bell.
Bell.
That is going to be over there somewhere.
In the meantime,
I'm always learning. I'm old, but I'm still learning.
Naz, you're not old.
I am. Yeah, don't back.
You're older than I am.
You call me old all the time.
I know,
It's
because
okay.
it's fun. 'cause
That's all right. I own it. I'm fine. I'm
Oh.
good with it.
I'm looking forward to I need a haircut.
You're getting a
I can't
haircut
wait to get a
today.
haircut today. This looks terrible.
I think it's kind of cute.
Yeah, thanks. Anyway, thank God it's dark, so you can't really see what's happening there. I don't think you can really tell. Anyway, smash the like button, Naz, right?
Ring that little bell.
We look forward to seeing you tomorrow here, live from Rabs, 12 noon.
Yep.
Sean Rash,
Sean
PBA
Rash.
champion Sean Rash. We'll see you then, Naz.
Bye-bye. That was awesome.